Welcome to the 31 Days of Halloween, presented by the Honor Society of Entertainment Arts at the LA Film School. I'm your host, Angel, and this is The Legacy of Fear, a journey through the evolution of horror and films that shaped our darkest imaginations. So dim the lights, settle in, and let the terror begin. Welcome back to The Legacy of Fear, part of the 31 Days of Halloween, brought to you by the Honor Society here at the LA Film School. I am Angel, and I am your host, and today we are going to go behind the scenes and celebrate the hands behind the horror, the masters of practical effects who made fear real. Long before digital pixels, horror was crafted with latex, gelatin, animatronics, pneumatics, blood rigs, and nerve. These artists didn't just add makeup. They engineered illusions, sculpting, molding, painting, puppeteering, so that monsters could breathe, bleed, and stare back at us. Let's go through a brief history of some of the masters of this groundbreaking technology. Dick Smith was a quiet revolutionary. In The Exorcist, he pioneered multi-piece appliances, subtle texture work, and aging techniques that turn actors into the unimaginable. Smith mentored a generation of artists. His influence is the root system of modern makeup effects. Tom Savini, the godfather of gore, brought battlefield realism to Dawn of the Dead and Friday the 13th. His innovations with squibs, prosthetic gags, and mechanical rigs made kills shockingly convincing and taught audiences to fear the cut and not just the monster. Rick Baker turned werewolf transformation into poetry. In An American Werewolf in London, his mechanical stretch bladders, hair punching, bone extension appliances made a man visibly become a wolf in front of our eyes, earning the very first Oscar for makeup and resetting the bar for transformation. Rob Bottin took terror to the cellular level. In The Thing, he built a biology that could split, sprout, invert, and scream, with cable puppetry, slime recipes, and nightmare logic that still looks disturbingly alive. It's not just an effect, it's a theory of monsters. Chris Wallace guided The Fly through a 7-stage metamorphosis, layering appliances, slime, and sorrow, until Jeff Goldblum's Brundle became something tragically inhuman. Its body horror as character arc, every oozing seam is part of the story. Carlo Rambaldi engineered cinema's rudest birth, the chestburster in Alien. Air bladders, pressurized blood, careful puppetry. The shock wasn't just gore, it was physics. You can't fake the weight that this scene brought. Stan Winston built mythology machines, the xenomorph queen in Aliens, the creature of Pumpkinhead, the predator's mandibles. His team fused puppetry, hydraulics, and performance so monsters could emote and tower. KNB EFX Group, Greg Nicotero, Howard Berger, Robert Kurtzman, carried the torch through the VHS era into prestige TV. From the Day of the Dead to From Dusk Till Dawn and The Walking Dead, they proved that practical gore and character makeup can scale weekly without losing soul. Screaming Mad George turns surreal into viscera. In society, bodies don't just melt, they dissolve into class satire. Rubbery, obscene, unforgettable, practical effects can be political when they deform the familiar. Phil Tippett, using stop motion and go motion, bridged animation and tactical reality, creatures that cast true shadows and occupy real space. Even as CG rose, Tippett's physical craftsmanship grounded the impossible in the photographed. And how did they do the impossible? Using foam latex and silicone appliances, they sculpted, molded, cast, painted, blended, and created true art to create the truly horrifying. Using air bladders and cable rigs, pulsing veins and swelling bones, twitching body parts, mandible and claws. With animatronics, the mechanics and physics of servo motors, hydraulics, breathing mechanism, blinking, lips synced roars. My goodness. And the blood mechanics, squibs and tubing, pump, and the mastery of color science so that blood reads like blood on camera. And on-set puppetry with multiple operators in perfect sync, like live action orchestra. The magic isn't just materials, it's timing, performance, and camera understanding and grammar. This was magic while we were making magic, the things most of us don't see, and the thing that these masters all took so very seriously. Practical effects give horror tactility. You can see it, you can feel it, and you can almost touch it. Shadows wrap around real edges. Actors flinch at actual splatter. Lenses breathe with the puppet's movement. Digital tools are powerful, and today's best work is hybrid, but the spine tingling often comes from the connection and actual contact of practical effects. Through the evolution of practical effects, the Motion Picture Association of America, the MPAA, has played a heavy role in the evolution of practical effects in film. Filmmakers had to make hard choices, show less, imply more, as gore and terror were judged heavily as being too much blood, too much tearing, too much everything. Ironically, trimming the frames made some moments feel even worse. Our minds fill in the gaps. That dance between artistry and limitation turned set pieces into legends. From classroom kits to million-dollar builds, these artists taught us so much about the craft, but what they really taught us was that real horror is real to us when it is human, physical, and interactive. Even now, we see filmmakers returning to practical effects because the camera believes what it can touch, and we believe what we think we can touch. The future of fear isn't either or, it's latex plus digital. Puppets plus pixels. But the heartbeat started right here with the artists that didn't have all the fancy mechanisms and all the digital craft. All they had were the tools of the trade, chemicals, and their wild imaginations that ended up scaring us to the absolute edge. I hope you enjoyed this celebration of the masters of practical effects with me, and I look forward to hearing from you as you go through your Halloween movie marathon list and pick out some films that had the hands of some of these greats and those they have mentored over the years. I thank you for coming by. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.